Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Mahabharata, which is composed by the great sage Vedavyasa, is one of the most familiar epic poem. There are 1 lakh slokas in Mahabharata with 18 parvas. When we come across to Mahabharata, as I said, so many characters are dominated and depicted an important role in Mahabharata. In that sketching characters, Vyasa concentrated on women character especially. Among them, he took few and some woman character from Puranas, Ramayana. Totally together, there are Pancha Kanyas, mean 5 maiden women, 5 great women. The story of 5 great women must be known by each and every Indian citizen to know the greatness of their character as well as the history of the epic poems. They are called Tara, Ahalya, Mandodari. These 3 characters we can see from epic poem Ramayana. Valmiki beautifully sketched the character of these 3. When you come across to Mahabharata, there are 2 characters, Kunti and Draupadi. These 5 women are considered Pancha Kanyas. See, that means all 5 greatest heroines taken from 2 from Mahabharata, 3 from Ramayana. When we come across Tara, wife of Vali, preached her husband not to fight against Rama, who is incarnation of Lord Vishnu. She knows well, but he couldn't listen the words of Tara. Even Mandodari, wife of Ravana, advised Ravana so many times. Rama is not an ordinary man. He is an extraordinary king, also incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So, simply surrender his consort Sita and take shelter in him. It is good for you as well as to our dynasty. But that wicked Ravana did not listen to the words of Mandodari and lost his lives. At the same time, when you come across Rama went on forest, touched the stone with his feet. That stone converted into a beautiful woman called Ahalya, who was cursed by Gautama into stone. Now, when Rama's feet touched, her curse is removed. She is also one of the greatest women depicted Valmiki in Ramayana. Similarly, if you come to Mahabharata, Kunti, very, very important character is called Kunti. From the beginning to end, she only lived in Mahabharata with chastity and with patience, with devotion towards Lord Krishna, with motherhood. At the same time, Draupadi character. Though she had 5 husbands, but she is considered as a chaste woman, she also played a beautiful role in Mahabharata, and she is a founder of Kurukshetra war. She is the she only laid the foundation stone for Kurukshetra war. Let us go in detail of these 5 Pancha Kanyakas. Therefore, today I took the topic of Pancha Kanya prayer. Puranam prabhavam nityam akshayam lokasakshinam prapadye pundarikaksham isham bhaktanukampinam. Panchakanya is a group of 5 iconic women of the Hindu epics, extolled in hymn and whose names are believed to be dispel sin when recited. They are Tara, Ahalya, Draupadi, Kunti and Mandodari. While Draupadi and Kunti from Mahabharata, Ahalya, Tara and Mandodari from the epic Ramayana. The Panchakanya are venerated as ideal women and chaste wives in other view. Their association with more than one man except Sita, breaking of traditions in some cases are prescribed as not to be followed by others. Hymn. The well-known Sanskrit hymn that defines the Panchakanyas runs. Ahalya Draupadi Sita Tara Mandodari Tatha Panchakanyas Smaren Nityam Mahapatakanashinaha. One should forever remember the Panchakanya of Ahalya, Draupadi, Sita, Tara and Mandodari, who are the destroyer of great sins. See, what a beautiful. That means they are the remover of sins. When we recollect them, remember them. A variant replaces Sita with Kunti. Ahalya, Draupadi, Kunti, Tara Mandodari Tada. Same Panchakanya Smare Nityam Mahapatakanashini. Here Ahalya, Draupadi, Sita instead of Kunti. Or Ahalya, Draupadi, Kunti, Sita Mandodari Tata also can be added. Differences are underlined. Practicing Hindus, especially Hindu wives, remember the Panchakanya in this daily morning prayer. Their names are excited and the prayer is Pratha Smaranya, prescribed to be recited in the early hour of the morning. The Panchakanyas literally means 5 Kanyas. Kanya may be translated as girl, daughter, maiden or virgin. Though all being married, 2 choice of the word Kanya, not Nari or Sati, means chaste wife, seems interesting to Mr. Pradeep Bhattacharya. Daily remembering the 5 maidens, great Ahalya, Draupadi, Sita, Tara and Mandodari, will destroy the great sins. The Panchakanyas are revered as consummate women and celibate wives in our view. Simply put, all the 5 of them born in Kanya Rasi, see, got a beautiful, are in the constellation of Virgo. That means they are specially noticed. What all their 5 are Rasi are Kanya. They associated and choose husbands Tula. The word Kanya is used to denote a woman who is a virgin. So these 5 women are considered as a group of eternal virgins despite being married. Virgin women were supposed to have great powers of tapa. So all these women, despite being married, had the same, if not more, power of tapa. Pancha Kanyas are ones who owned their virginity and could revive it. This power, owing to their chastity, among them was majority the results of leading a pious, rightful, and responsible life in thought, in word, and deeds, in actions. Thereby, the purest and the most sincere of conduct, even in the most challenging of times, that should be noticed. Okay. So pure that even though the fire they could pass unharmed. Such exemplary lives have only been portrayed by 5 women, and hence they are remembered for it. Pancha Kanyas from Ramayana. The Kanyas, Ahalya, Tara, and Mandodari appear in the Hindu epic Ramayana. Let us go through of Ahalya. Ahalya, also known as Ahilya, is a wife of sage Gautama Maharshi. Ahalya is often regarded as the leader of the Pancha Kanya. Why? Due to the nobility of her character, her extraordinary beauty, and the fact of her being chronologically the first Kanya. Ahalya is often described to be created by the god Brahma as the most beautiful woman in the entire universe, but also sometimes as an Yati princess of lunar dynasty. Ahalya was placed in the care of Gautama until she gained puberty and was finally married to the elderly sage. The king of gods, Indra, was infatuated with her beauty and comes as Gautama when the sage was away and requests or orders a sexual intercourse. In the Ramayana, Ahalya sees through his disguise but still complies out of curiosity. In later versions, Ahalya falls prey to Indra's trickery and does not recognize him or is raped. In all narratives, Ahalya and Indra are cursed by Gautama. It's a common phenomenon. Although early texts describe how Ahalya must alone by undergoing severe penance while remaining invisible or invincible to the world, and how she is purified by offering Rama, who is an incarnation of Vishnu and hero of the Ramayana, hospitality in the popular retelling developed over time. Ahalya is cursed to become a stone and regains her human form after she is brushed by Rama's foot or touched by Rama's foot. Some versions also mention that she was turned into a dry stream and that she would be condemned of her guilt when eventually the stream starts flowing and joins the river Gautami. Indra was cursed to be castrated or be covered by 1,000 value that ultimately turned into 1,000 eyes. Now, let us go for Tara. Tara is the queen of Kishkinda and wife of Monkey King Vali. After being widowed, she becomes a queen by marrying Sugriva, Vali's brother. Tara is described as a daughter of the monkey physician Sushena in the Ramayana and in later sources as an Apsara, celestial nymph, who rises from the Samudra Manthana. She marries Vali and bears him a son named Angada. After Vali is presumed dead in a battle with a demon. His brother Sugriva become king and appropriates Tara. However, Vali returns and regains Tara and exiles his brother, accusing him of treachery and also appropriates Sugriva's wife Ruma. When Sugriva challenges Vali to duel, combat, fight, Tara wisely advises Vali not to accept because of the farmer's alliance with Rama. But Vali does not heed her and deceptive dies from Rama's arrow shot at the behest of Sugriva. In his dying breath, Vali reconciles with Sugriva and instructs him to follow Tara's advice, not an ordinary, Tara's wise counsel, because she is a wise woman in all matters. See how the character is sketched by Valmiki. Vali, who didn't listen her counsels, wise counsels, after death, during the time of death, he instructed the same to his brother. Hereafter, at least you follow, you will be not facing like me. That is the character of Tara. Tara's lamentation forms an important part in most versions of the tale. While in most vernacular versions, Tara casts a curse on Rama by the power of her chastity. In some versions, Rama enlightens Tara. Sugriva returns to the throne but spends his time carousing often with now his current chief queen Tara and fails to act on his promise to assist Rama in recovering his kidnapped wife Sita. Tara, now Sugriva's queen and chief diplomat, is then instrumental in tactfully reconciling Rama with Sugriva after pacifying Lakshmana, who is brother of Rama, who was about to destroy Kishkinda retribution for Sugriva's perceived treachery. Mandodari, another character, that also from Ramayana. Mandodari is the chief queen of Ravana, the demon king of Lanka. The Hindu epics describe her as a beautiful, pious, and righteous. Mandodari is a daughter of Mayasura, the king of Asuras, and Apsara Hema. Some tales narrate how an Apsara called Madhura was cursed to become a frog and imprisoned in a well for 12 years, after which regains her beauty, or a frog blessed to a beautiful maiden. In both cases, she is adopted by Mayasura as his daughter Mandodari. Ravana comes to the house of Mayasura and falls in love with Mandodari and then marries her. Mandodari bears him 3 sons. They are Meghanatha, another name of Indrajit, Atikaya, and Akshaya Kumara. These 3 sons through Mandodari. According to some Ramayana adaptations, Mandodari is also the mother of Rama's wife Sita, who is infamously kidnapped by Ravana. Despite her husband's faults, Mandodari loves him and advises him to follow the path of righteousness. Mandodari repeatedly advises Ravana to return Sita to Rama, but her advice falls on deaf ears. Her love and loyalty to Ravana are praised in the Ramayana. Different versions of Ramayana record her ill treatment at the hands of Rama's monkey generals. Some versions say They humiliate her while disturbing a sacrifice by Ravana, while others narrate how they destroy her chastity, which protects Ravana's life. Hanuman tricks her into disclosing the location of a magical arrow which Rama uses to kill Ravana. After Ravana's death, Vibhishana, who is Ravana's younger brother, who joins forces with Rama and is responsible for Ravana's death, marries Mandodari on the advice of Rama. In some versions, Mandodari curses Sita that Rama would abandon her. From Mahabharata. Now 3 characters from Ramayana is concluded. Now we are coming from Mahabharata, remaining the 2 characters of Kunti and Draupadi. The Hindu epic Mahabharata features Draupadi and Kunti, sometimes included in Pancha Kanyas. Draupadi with Pandavas. Draupadi is the heroine of Mahabharata. She is the common wife of the 5 Pandava brothers and queen of Hastinapur in their reign. Born from a fire sacrifice of king of Panchala, Drupada, Draupadi was prophesied to lead to the end of Drona and Kauravas. The middle Pandava, Arjuna, disguised as a Brahman, wins her in her Swayamvara. In popular renditions, she refuses to marry Karna on account of his caste because he is excised in the critical edition of Mahabharata as her interpolation owing to the existence of older Sanskrit editions where Karna fails to string the bow. Draupadi is compelled to marry all the 5 brothers on the command of her mother-in-law Kunti. Pandavas agree to the plan that Draupadi will always be the chief consort of all brothers and always be the chief consort of all brothers as well as the empress. Any one of the 4 who interprets them during a private time within that 1 year must go on a 12 years pilgrimage. She mothers 5 sons from each of Pandavas, regaining her virginity after every year. A well-known incident surrounding her is that Duryodhana, who falls down in a pool of water accidentally during Rajasuya Yajna and is laughed at by Bhima, Arjuna, Madra twins and servants. In modern adaptations, this insult is attributed to Draupadi alone. But the scene in Vyasa Mahabharata is different. When the eldest Pandava Yudhishthira loses her to Kauravas in game of dice, Dushashana tries to disrobe her in the royal court. However, divine intervention saves her dignity by making her wrapped cloth infinite in length. Pandavas and Draupadi finally accept a 13-year exile for losing the game. While in exile in the forest, her second husband Bhima rescued her from various demons and Jayatratha, who abducted her. She also instructed Krishna's queen Satyabhama on the duties of a wife. In the 13th year of exile, Draupadi and her husband spent life incognito in Virata's court. She served as a maid of the queen and is harassed by the queen's brother Kichaka, who she desires to be killed by Bhima. After life in exile, a war breaks between the Kauravas and Pandavas, in which the Kauravas are slain and her insult avenged but Draupadi as the chief consort. At the end of their lives, Draupadi and her husband set off to the Himalayas to walk to heaven. But Draupadi falls in the middle as she loved Arjuna more than her other husbands. She is venerated as a village goddess and described at times an avatar of the fierce goddess Kali. In the ancient festival of Bangalore, Karaga Draupadi is worshipped as an avatar of Adi Shakti and Parvati. Let us come for fifth Kanya, Panchama Kanya, Kunti. Kunti is the queen of Pandu, the king of Hastinapur, and mother of the eldest of Pandavas. Kunti was a daughter of the Yadava king Shurasena and was adopted by the childless Kunti Bhoja, king of Kunti kingdom. By her service, she propitiated the sage Durvasa, who granted her a mantra by which she could summon a god and have a child by him. She recklessly tests the boon and invites the sun god Surya, who grants a son named Karna, whom she abandons later. In due course of time, Kunti chooses Pandu in her Swayamvara. Pandu abdicates after being cursed by a sage that union with a woman will result in his death. At Pandu's behest, Kunti uses Durvasa's boon to mother Yudhishthira from god Yama, the Bhima from Vayu, and thirdly Arjuna from Indra. Her co-wife named Madri bears the twins Nakula and Sahadeva from Ashwin gods. After death of Pandu, Madri, being cause of Pandu's death, commits sati on the same pyre while Kunti returns to Hastinapura and takes care of 5 Pandavas. Kunti befriends Vidura, step-brother of Pandu, and the advisor of the king. When Kauravas, the princes of Hastinapur and the cousins of Pandavas, try to kill Kunti and her sons, however they escape. She prevents Bhima from killing the demons Hidimbi and advises him to marry her and beget a son Ghatotkacha. She instructs her children to take care of the common people and orders Bhima to kill the demon Bakasura. When Arjuna wins Draupadi, Kunti instructs the brothers to share the prize. Kunti and Pandavas return to Hastinapura. When Pandavas are sent to 13-year exile, when defeated in the game of dice by the Kauravas, Kunti stays in Vidura's refuge. When an epic war between Pandavas and Kauravas is to ensue, Kunti reveals to Karna how a Kaurava general about being his mother and gets him to promise her that he will not kill any other Pandava except Arjuna. After the war, in which Kauravas and Karna were killed, Kunti, with the parents of Kauravas, left for her life in prayer. She was killed in a forest fire and attained heaven. Let us see the common features between them. All Kanyas lack mothers in their life. Ahalya, Tara, Mandodari, Sita, Draupadi have supernatural births, while Kunti is adopted at birth and separated from her brother. Though all of the Kanyas are described as mothers, except Kunti, no Kanya's motherhood is emphasized in their tales. Another common element is the theme of loss in their legends. Ahalya is cursed and abandoned by her family. Tara loses her husband. Draupadi loses her 5 sons and Mandodari loses her husband, sons, and kin in war. Each of them suffers a tragedy but battles on with life and society. A free inspirited Ahalya is punished for the adultery. Draupadi, in spite of being dedicated and virtuous, has her dignity violated by men. Another defining feature is all the Pancha Kanyas are associated with more than one man within socially acknowledged wedlock or consensual companionship. Ahalya with Gautama and Indra, Tara with Vali and Sugriva, Mandodari with Ravana and Vibhishana, Draupadi with her 5 husbands, and Kunti with Pandu and the 3 gods who fathered her sons. श्रीकांताय कल्याण निरे निरेद्राम श्री वेंकट निवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मंगलम मंगलाशासन परे मदाचार्य पुरोगमे सर्वेश पूर्वैराचार्य सत्कृतायास्तु मंगलम.